So we can get some different messages. All three oracle cards. Let me go ahead and get them together. And maybe in a few days we'll do. Albert, write down all the suggestions and send them to me. You can text them to me. I don't use exactly. I really don't use them either. I'd be like, oh, okay. The Moonology one, I left my Louisiana one, but next month when I go take him back, I'm gonna grab all the Oracle, my Louisiana one that I use. Okay, we'll take both of these. I mean, these are beautiful decks. Don't get me wrong. They are absolutely gorgeous decks. Y'all know my favorite is the Moonology. The new and the old. The new and the old. Ooh, bees. Do you know that bees are probably one of the most high vibrational energies on the planet? And if you bees are always attracted to me. It drives me crazy. And I'm afraid of bees. Because I'm afraid of bees. And I've never been stung, but I'm just afraid of them. And because they always come around me. But they said, I stopped being afraid because they said that they're very high vibrational. And if they're attracted to you, it means that you're high vibrational too. I see them all the time. And I was coming out the door and it was this big ass fat bumblebee. And my son was like, yo, why is he all over me? And I just kind of stood there and let him do his thing. Because I was like, look, let me not make a swift move and get stung. And I think he's out there now. Okay. Higher self. Let's see. Message from your higher self. Ooh, I started doing this one. This one started sinking to my gut. Okay, Starseed. Okay, Starseed Oracle. I hear you. That's how you know that if a deck is made for you. It'll start to kind of sink to your gut. Yes, dragonflies are all about transformation. That means that there's a transformation. I used to see those all the time when I first got here. They were all over the place. They were all over the place. They were all over the place. I don't see them so much. Hey, Mr. Four, how you feeling? Mr. Roderick, how you feeling? You feeling better? We're doing a pick a card reading, so stick around, guys. Matter of fact, tap, tap, tap so we can bring more people in. We're doing messages from your higher self. Pick a card, which is going to be a good one. Ah! I think dragonflies are beautiful. Their ability to pivot is amazing. And I think that's why I was seeing dragonflies so much at the beginning of the year. Because you know how I was telling you, Spirit kept telling me, be ready to pivot. They were showing me in action how those energies are able to just shift from right to left, front to back. You know, sort of like a hummingbird too. Hummingbirds do it too. But their ability to pivot and shift is amazing. They teach us a lot. You know, humans, we like to go forward. We either go forward or backwards. That's it. And we have no room for anything else. And they're telling us no. Okay, I'll take both of those. All right. Thank you for the balloons. Thank you for the balloons, guys. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for all those who send gifts. I appreciate you. I do. Okay, taking those. Taking those. Only thing about the pick a card, I always like to do my shuffling on the live so that you guys see that the messages are yours. They're not mine. They're not, coming from me. Let's see. 4. I need one more, please, Spirit. I get one more. Pile number 3. All right, and we'll get our last deck. I'm gonna go bring my other decks too. There we go. Tidra, did you find your dresses? Did you find your dresses? All right, guys. Ooh, hold up. We got man down. Man down. Man down. Oh yeah, we definitely want that one. Okay. Let's see. I gotta have 4, 6. 2 more. Can I get 2 more, please? Okay. All right. Okay. Messages from your higher self. Messages from your higher self. How much this is? Okay. All right. Well, I'm trusting that it's going to be beautiful regardless. Like I said, I got my white one. Mine will be here tomorrow. I might get because there's a couple black ones that I found on Pretty Little Things that were just, they were gorgeous. I have to send you the picture of those. We'll see. We'll see if I stick with the ones that I got or if I change them. Who knows? Okay, let me get this in there so I could cancel out the noise. Oh, where's my crystals? Oh, for those who need visuals, you know what? I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use these. I'm going to use these. I'm going to use these. Okay. All right. You guys see them? You guys see them? All right, guys. Here, let's do a power tap. Can I get a power tap? 30-second power tap, so we can bring more people in, so more people can partake in these wonderful messages that are meant for you guys. Can I get a power tap, please? Tap, 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 tap. And if one of my mods, if you guys want to put that, we're about to do a pick a card reading, messages from your higher self. Pick a card reading. I would appreciate that. Yes, this is Tiger's Eye. Of course, this is Rose Quartz Tiger's Eye, and this is an amethyst. Yeah, it's a beautiful big ass Tiger's Eye. Love it. I was like, oh, I gotta have that. I gotta have that. So these are messages from your higher self. What is your higher self trying to tell you? Tap, 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 tap. Come on in, guys. We're about to do a collective pick a card. Look, it was 15 people in the chat, 11:55. Look at all those 1s and 5s all around us. This is a pick a card message about messages from your higher self. Guys, this is a collective reading. Come on in. We have our piles picked. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Pile number 1 has the rose quartz. Pile number 2 has the tiger's eye. And pile number 3 has the amethyst. So I'll give you about 30 seconds. Close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths to clear your energy. Ask your ancestors and your spirit guides to help guide you to the pile. And ask your higher self to help guide you to the pile that holds the messages for you. Once you've picked your piles, guys, go ahead and commit to your number by putting it in the chat. Again, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. There we go. A little light on it. A little light on that. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Commit to your pile, guys. Commit to your pile. I wanted to do it. You know what? We got the next one we do is going to be about self-sabotage. Matter of fact, we'll do that one on Friday when we do the webinar. That'll be a good one to do on the webinar. We'll do a pick a card reading for those who join our webinar so that you can understand the messages that are coming from the spirit realm in the ways that you might self-sabotage yourself. You might sabotage yourself. So that'll be Friday. So we have a webinar that's coming out about self-sabotage, the things that you do, methods that we use, and why. So join us for that. And then tomorrow we have the hot seat hour on, we're going to do it on here and then on Instagram. So make sure you're following both me and Tidra on here and then following us both on Instagram. For those who have less than 1,000 followers, you might want to tune in on Instagram, because you can come on. We're actually bringing people on to have, face-to-face conversations about something that you might be struggling with and you need advice with. And so we'll bring you on a hot seat. Be prepared, because it's gonna be no holds bar. If you come with some dumb shit, we're gonna tell you why'd you come on here with some dumb shit. It is what it is. Pick your pile, guys. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And if you pick your pile and you have to hop off, don't worry about it, guys. I will be posting this on my YouTube. So you can always go back. For those who are able to see the entire segment, you can go back and listen to your messages again. And for those who come in late or have to jump off, you can always go back out and pick your piles and get the messages that pertain to you. So like I said, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. We are about to get started. I'm going to put pile number 2 and 3 up here. And we will get started with pile number 1. So pile number 1, if you pick the rose quartz, this is your pile. This is your pile. You pick the rose quartz. You pick the Tasma, and then you have the wisdom of the oracle. Your oracle messages are chaos and conflict, yin, and to the sea. Pile number 1, your higher self is saying that you guys may be experiencing a lot of imbalance right now. Chaos and conflict. Again, our atmosphere is being inundated with energy of chaos and conflict right now. We see that in the world that's around us, and subconsciously it's starting to show up in your own life. So you may be having chaos and conflict with your family, with your friends, with loved ones, with the love interests, because it's almost like this chaos and conflict is coming in to kind of shatter the status quo for you. My pile number 1 people, your higher self is saying, a lot of you, the reason why you're being affected by this is because you are holding on to things that you don't need to, and you need to reemerge. This is going to help you. As you see, this was a zebra, and he's now reemerging underneath his, this chaos and conflict is bringing out something in him. And it looks like it's a giraffe underneath. You see that? Can y'all see that? How the zebra, the black and white, the status quo is starting to fall off, and he's emerging a little bit. When you think of a giraffe, you think of an animal that is kind of wild and free, kind of different, very, very different, stands out. So it could be that this chaos and conflict is trying to bring in you your power, your personal power. A lot of my pile number 1, your higher self is saying to you that you don't stand in your personal power. You give your personal power away. You are more apt to kind of shrink back and just stay in the black and white or the shadows and not really come forward. And this is causing a great imbalance, because what's inside of you, your higher self, is trying to come out and create this wonderful balance of the yin. You guys might be grappling with your feminine energy. So a lot of my pile number 1, you may be females, and you might be grappling with really stepping into your divine feminine energy, which for some of you guys could be very Lilith in nature. If you guys know who Lilith was, she was actually said to be Adam's first wife. And that Lilith energy is very bold. It's not going to be like that Eve energy. Eve was, although she caused a lot of trouble, she was very docile in nature. Lilith was not. Lilith was fire. And underneath that Eve-like nature, where you kind of shrink back and you are submissive to the status quo, you are submissive to those that are around you. Pile number 1, they're saying now is the time to really balance your that divine feminine energy. And you may need to go to the sea. You see how she's going to the sea? You may need to get into water. Water is very feminine energy. The goddess Shemaya, she's one of the deities that I work with. She is a mother of the ocean. She's said to be in Christianity, the Mother Mary. She's said to be Mary, Jesus' mother. She's the mother of all, very feminine energy. And water is going to help you to bring out that feminine energy and help you to find balance, help you to get away from the chaos and conflict. You see the progression of your cards, from chaos and conflict to stepping into your divine feminine energy and going to the sea to kind of replenish and to really submerge yourself into that feminine energy. Water is said to hold life. Women, by nature, we hold life in our wombs. When they said that we all pass through that watery realm when we're in utero. So we hold life, and your higher self, if you look, although this higher self, you see that higher self right there? You see that face right there? That higher self, they just showed that to me. It's telling you to get to the water, and so that you can balance out your energies and really tap into that divine energy, that divine feminine energy. Like I said, for a lot of my pile number one people who chose pile number one, you could be definitely feminine in nature, and you could be struggling with kind of erasing the masculinity of the world. A lot of you could be operating in your masculine energy. You might be comfortable operating in that. But now it's time for you to come to the softer side of yourself, and that's going to help you to balance yourself. So a lot of my pile number one people, you're experiencing imbalance, internal imbalance, because you're not operating in both your masculine and your feminine. You're operating mainly in your masculine, and that's causing you to become imbalanced. Yeah, a lot of you guys are showing up as the emperor. That's that masculine energy. And you have chaos and conflict. You're coming out the wounded warrior. You've allowed this world to kind of beat you down, pile number one. And that's what your higher self is saying, that you've allowed yourself to, you've allowed the world to beat you down. And you're experiencing, like I said, it could be conflict in family, friends, or even loved ones. And you're coming out as a wounded warrior, and it's time for you to regain your balance. In regaining your balance, you're going to also be healing. You could have, like I said, a lot of this, you guys could have brought on yourself by the choices that you made. You could be in relationships that you're not supposed to be in, stuck in the past, stuck to past situations. And so, like I said, you guys are operating in your masculine because you're operating in defense mode. That masculine energy will come out a lot of times when we're in defense mode. When we've gone through things, gone through traumas, gone through pain, and that our masculine energy emerges as a way of protecting ourselves, and then we just get comfortable with it. But what you don't see coming out of the watery deep is that yin energy, that feminine energy trying to emerge in you, trying to give you a brand new start. Again, emotions, water. It's all about emotions. And I feel like water is going to be very imperative for my pile number one. So if you guys are by the ocean, get to the ocean. If you're by a running body of water, make sure it's a running body of water. Running body of waters have life in it. It's oxygenated. It has life in it. Not just, you can go to a river, you can go to like a lake, but it has to have life in it to really be effective for you. And I feel like that's going to help you to tap into that water of that feminine energy that you're lacking right now. And you're going to find balance. You're going to be taught how to step into your femininity. You might be drawn to the goddess Yemaya. You might be drawn to the goddess Oshun. You might be drawn to the goddess Oya. I'm going to say this, Oya shows up more masculine, but she can definitely be very feminine as well. She's very beautiful as well. So you might be drawn to these strong mythical energies, feminine energies that are here to help pile number one people. They might even be calling you or summoning you, like the goddess Yemaya. She summons me to get to the water so that I could do healing. And I feel like a lot of my pile number one people, you're also being called in that same regard. And it's going to make you you're going to be a lot more balanced, and you're going to find yourself a lot more emotionally fulfilled. So your higher self is really trying to get you to make choices that step outside of this masculine energy and that honor that divine femininity in you. And if you're masculine and you pick this pile, if you're male and you pick this pile, again, we have duality. There's duality in all of us. And you could be told to start operating in your feminine energy as well, meaning to be more thoughtful, to be more, and getting to the water is going to help you to kind of open up that empathy within you, so that you're as well. You're I can't talk today. God damn it. You're going to be more balanced as well. Thank you, Jesus. Couldn't get that sentence out for shit. So yeah, you guys, even if you're a male, you're showing up predominantly male, and you could be showing up predominantly male in a very detrimental form, meaning that you could be showing up controlling in nature. Pile number one, if you're a male, you could be and operating in this very masculine energy, very controlling, very dogmatic, very domineering. and they're trying to get you to see, that's not going to benefit you. Your higher self is trying to get you to understand that's not going to benefit you in any way. The mark of you being a masculine energy is not how dominant you can be, but how balanced you can be. It's how balanced you can be. And I feel like that message is for both males and females. You guys are breaking away from, the status quo. You're breaking away from this hard external shell, and it's actually going to emerge something quite beautiful and quite balanced if you do this right, if you listen to this message. So for my power number 1 people, get to the water. They're definitely telling you to get to the water. Go to the sea. I mean, that was very prevalent. Go to the sea. Your higher self, there's your little face right there. You see that face right there? It's telling you go to the sea. Okay? That is for my power number 1 people. Who picked power number 1? Who picked my power number 1? Who was there any takers for power number 1? I know most of the people were power number 2. I saw most 2s. I hope you guys picked power number 1. Yeah, you did? See, Tidra, go to the sea. Come on out here to Florida. You can come out here. We'll go to the ocean. Good deal. So power number 2. Oh, you know what? We forgot to do the that's okay. That's okay. I'll go back. When I cut it down, I'll go back. Power number 2, this is for you. Plus, we're not on live. So, we're on live, but we're not on live. Or I could have given you the timestamps. I'll just go timestamp it myself. This is power number 2. If you pick the tiger's eye, this is for you. Power number 2, you pick the Light Tears Tarot, and we got the Moonology Oracle. Moonology Oracle states, reveal what needs to be seen, honor your feelings, and trust the universe. I'm going to say this. A lot of my power number 2 people, you could have heavy water in your energy. You could be a Scorpio, Pisces, but you have heavy water placements. My power number 2, your higher self is saying it's time for you to trust. It's time for you to trust. You might have trust issues, power number 2. And they're telling you it's time for you to trust those around you, and it's time to trust where you're being guided. A lot of my power number 2 people, your higher self is saying that you tend to not even trust yourself. You tend to, you have trust issues. It could be from childhood. What needs to be revealed, reveal what needs to be seen. It could be some childhood trauma. It could be trauma that, decline. It could be trauma that has stopped you from really placing your trust out in this world. You could have, my power number 2, you could have gone through a lot of things that kind of made you look at people and this world quite differently, quite jaded. I'm getting a lot of jaded energy, and they're telling you that, you need to reveal what needs to be seen. You need to go deep with your emotions, and maybe there's some healing that needs to be done, particularly some shadow work. You see how she's sitting in, her shadow is seen. The shadow work that needs to be done so that you can dig deep. A lot of times your voice, I feel like my power number 2 people, your voice has been silenced, or you have not been able to use your voice. It's giving me a lot of throat chakra energy. I'm getting a lot of amethyst, which is interesting. That amethyst is the, I'm getting a lot of amethyst, and I'm getting a lot of blue here, which blue is the throat chakra. Amethyst is the spirit, is the third eye, which you not speaking your truth is hindering your spiritual growth, is what they're saying. And so it's time for you to kind of unearth those traumas. Hey, honey, all is well. Good afternoon, honey. All is well. It's time for you to unearth those traumas and start to heal those traumas, as well as you just step into your voice. You may need to also do some deep meditative work with unearthing your shadow and working with that shadow, because I feel like there's a progression of the shadow becoming lighter, meaning that you kind of integrate within that shadow a lot more. And you might be afraid to unearth those traumas because of what might come out. It could be anger. You might be afraid of your own anger, is what your higher self is saying, but that anger is there for a reason. Anger just really kind of masks what is really the underbelly, which is could be pain and hurt, and extreme disappointment. And I feel like you guys have been operating in this world kind of on autopilot, trying to mask that deep underbelly, and now it's time to bring it up, especially with a lot of this water energy. Water is all about going deep. It's that Scorpio and Pisces energy is going deep emotionally, so that you can kind of open up that third eye. Pisces is probably the most psychic of the zodiac sign. They really heavily work with that third eye. They really heavily work with that third eye. And then Scorpio is the emotional, that's the emotional depth of the zodiac sign. That's going very, very deeply. So my pile number 2 people, you're being told to trust the process, trust the universe. You could be running from your shadow, and the universe keeps kind of bringing it to the fore to you. Because you have to heal it. In order, you have to heal that shit. You have to do the shadow work healing in order to really tap into that higher self. And your higher self is literally telling you, pile number 2, come to me, come to me. You have to go deep in order to go high. It's almost like you got to go low in order to go high. So yeah, pile number 2, that's what you're being told. You got some shadow work to do. You got some major shadow work to do, my pile number 2 people. But I feel like that's going to be revealed in time. Yeah. You guys got there's some deep shit that's deep down for my pile number 2 people. You keep walking away from this opportunity to go deep. And like I said, you could be afraid of what it brings up, but it has to bring it up. Your shot, yeah. I mean, this message is, they're telling you it's time to go really, really as deep as you can. It's going to be a lot of work. There's going to be a lot of work involved, but it's going to bring you so much stability. They're giving you a new opportunity. It's doing the shadow work, the necessary shadow work that you guys have been avoiding. I feel like you guys have been avoiding it. And it stems from things that have been rooted in you from the past. Like I said, it could bring up a lot of anger, could bring up a lot of sadness, could bring up a lot of revelation. Some of you might be, for my pile number 2 people, you might still be in relationship with the very people that hurt you. And you might not be prepared to leave those relationships behind, pile number 2. And you're afraid that if you really go deep with the pain that they've caused you, you would have no choice but to walk away. And maybe that is exactly what needs to be done, pile number 2. Because you're only holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back. And you're going to continue to suffer in the manner of not being able to really connect on a very deep level with your higher self until you do. There's healing that has to be done here. Deep emotional healing from my pile number 2 people. So make sure, and it could go back to childhood. It could go back. It could be generational curses that affect you, that have been passed down from womb to womb, and now it's within you to take the opportunity to heal it. They're giving you the opportunity to heal it, and like I said, once it's healed, that third eye is going to be activated, and you're going to be able to really be in concert with your higher self. I mean, this is tapped in energy. This is higher self energy. This is that third eye that's going all the way to the top. But you, like I said, I feel like you got to go low first. And a lot of you guys have been walking away from the opportunity to do shadow work. You've been self-sabotage. That's what it is. You've been your higher self is telling you, you've been self-sabotaging by not doing the work because you're holding yourself back. You're going to find so much grounded energy when you do. You're going to find that you are going to be very stable and abundant in doing so, because your higher self is going to lead you to this in your life where you might be missing this right now. And you might be wondering how you get it. Well, you're going to get it once you go deep. You haven't been going deep, pile number 2. Stop self-sabotaging. Do the work. They're literally telling you, do the work. Do the work. Okay. That is for my pile number 2 people. You got work to do. Y'all got work to do. Your higher self done called you out, pile number 2. Everybody, and most of y'all done been called out in here, because most of y'all picked pile number 2. Y'all done been called out. Y'all don't even know it. If you pick pile number 3, you pick the amethyst. This is for you. This is for you. You got the elemental goddess, Tarot. Okay. Your oracle states, Earth, learn how to be human in a world that is not. The 7 star sisters, birth and creation, a tapestry of life and expression. Hey, you know, the 7 sisters, they're in Sedona. They're one of those rock formations in Sedona that I wanted to go see, but we didn't get a chance to go see. I wanted to go visit the 7 sisters. It is birth and creation and the tapestry of life expression, and then the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Okay, so my pile number 3 people, they're saying that you need to be grounded. You're not grounded right now. and you're very much affected by what's going on around you in this world. You're very much affected by the conflicts that are sort of like pile number one. You're very much affected by the conflicts that are going on around you, and it's leaving you very ungrounded. And it's time for you to really integrate some grounded practices into your daily life in order for you to find a way to stay grounded, because this energy is only going to get worse from now to the end of the year. What's coming, this onslaught of cosmic energy that is coming towards us, is only going to heighten. And so in order for you to kind of make it through this energy, pile number three, your higher self is saying that you need to start using more grounded techniques. Get out of nature. You know, you guys have seen those TikToks where people are like, tree tap my shoulder. Get your ass out underneath the tree and let it tap your shoulder. Do all that kind of stuff. Go put your feet in the dirt. Sit underneath the tree. Be out in nature. Water is very grounding. Get to the water if you're a water sign. If you're an earth sign, get to the earth. Do things that kind of help you to alleviate a lot of the energy that you're taking on from the external world that you need to be releasing. It's going to help you to release that. And your higher self is saying that you're taking on too much energy from outside forces. It's almost like they're trying to put you into a cocoon where you can stay grounded and stable during this time. It's like a protection. Your higher self is trying to protect you. Because I feel like you guys, birth and creation, the tapestry of life expression, when you're grounded, you're going to be able to express yourself a lot more. And I feel like that's when you're going to tap into creative energy. You guys, my pile number three people, this is like starseed energy. This really is. This damn deck is all starseed, and I see why. You guys may be, they're trying to ground you in order to take you to the next level, and kind of open up. You guys might be visited by more guides when you're more grounded, in a more grounded situation, energetic situation. That will open up the door to more guides coming to you. You guys could have, everybody has several guides in their lifetime, by the way, but more guides are going to be coming to you to help you to manifest the life that you want and help you to get in position to step into that starseed energy. They're coming towards you. And then they're going to awaken more gifts within you. You guys have a lot of gifts that are buried deep, and they're coming out. This energy is coming out. Like I said, don't be surprised if you don't go through an activation like I did when Dale came. Like I said, this it's so interesting how, like, the one that said get to the water, I think that was pile number one. That reminded me of me, and this one reminds me of my energy at one point in time. And I feel like you guys are going to be going through an activation as well. I had to become very, very grounded, and then I started to be visited by a lot of spiritual entities, a lot of spiritual beings that were here to kind of teach me, and to also, that's when I was activated as an oracle. And I feel like you guys, my pile number three, what's coming towards you is pretty much the same process. The same process is also coming towards you, where there's going to be an activation of spiritual gifts from spiritual entities that are going to be visiting you, but you have to be in a very grounded state. I feel like my pile number three people, your higher self is saying you've done a lot of healing, and now it's time. But yeah, I feel like you've been in your head spiritually, you've been in the cosmos spiritually, and you haven't come down to earth yet. And you have to be tapped into both. So grounded is going to be using grounded methods are going to be something that's really going to help you to take on this energy, to integrate this energy when it's activated in you. So you got some activations, and you also have some guides coming towards you. Pile number three is what your higher self is saying. They're sending you help. Help is on the way. They just said help is on the way. Help is on the way. Yep. Okay. All right. And your tarot speaks of the same thing. All right. Yeah. Your higher self has been watching your growth the whole entire time and has been kind of directing you, pile three. You may feel like you've been in a very confusing time because, like I said, a lot of you guys have been healing. A lot of you guys have been really working on healing, and you've done great. But it's left you very more spiritually minded than balanced all around. You know, you're supposed to be spiritual, but you're also supposed to be grounded, and that's what your higher self is saying to you. Now, what's coming to you? It could be a soulmate, a divine union that's going to, like I said, activate in you. And this person has been divinely guided to you. Like I said, divinely guided to you. They're coming. Pile number three, divinely guided to you with the express purpose of you really tapping into your energy. And I feel like it's giving me power couple vibes. You've got new beginnings. You've got victory. Yeah, this is going to take you guys to the next level. It's almost like there's a power couple that will be emerging. So don't be surprised if you meet somebody, pile number 3, that is very, very spiritually inclined. And it, like I said, it gives me the feeling of Dale, but I feel like with you guys, not only are they going to be here to teach you new things, that air energy is communication, to teach you new things, but they're also going to help you to ground yourself and to stay rooted so that you can really grow into the person that you're supposed to be. You're going to really grow into the person that you're supposed to be and have victory in doing so. So you've got a divine I want to say a divine counterpart, or you have a soul sibling that's coming towards you. It could be a sibling as well, that's coming towards you. Someone that will be here to teach you and take you to the next level that through the activations that are happening with this energy that's coming towards us. And like I said, your higher self is like, yeah, this has been planned for a long time, and you're now ready. You've done the work, pile number 3. You've done the work of healing, pile number 3, and now I feel like this is coming towards you. And it's going to open up so much where that we need. We need this energy to be activated. If it's a power couple, we need these power couples because I believe you're going to create children that will go on. You see, this is a legacy. This is legacy. You got the king, queen, you got the knight. It's going to create very powerful children that will help in aiding others to awaken and to have victory spiritually. So pile number 3, this is very much starseed energy. So if you pick pile number 3, it's very much starseed energy. You might want to look into what a starseed is. You might want to look into, I feel like your higher self are going to tell you kind of what starseed group that you're, connected with. With me, I was connected to Atlantis, which is water. That's why I'm so fucking drawn to water. I always wondered, being a water sign and then being drawn to the goddess Shemaya, working with her. The basis for my lineage is Atlantis, and I feel like yours might be so too, because there's a ton of water. There's a ton of water here as well. Pile number 3, you could be an Atlantean starseed. So start looking into that. And I feel like kudos, because I feel like all the piles, you guys have been progressing, but pile number 3, you've done a lot of your spiritual work, the spiritual integration of healing and shadow work, and now it's time for you to kind of come into union with those who are going to help you go spiritually to the next level. And I feel like that's what's going to happen, pile number 3. All right. All right, guys. That's what your higher self had to tell you. Who picked pile number 3? Who picked pile number 3? All right. Okay, guys. I'm going to hop off of here. I will post this on my YouTube. So if you're not following me on YouTube, if you missed most of the readings, if you missed being able to pick, later this afternoon, this will be out on my YouTube. The link is in my bio. You'll see my link tree. It has a link to my YouTube. You can go right out there and you can start all over. You can pick your piles and get your messages, because I will timestamp. I like to timestamp all the pick a pile so you can go right to the pile that belongs to you and get the message that you need to hear. If you would like, you can definitely do that. If you need me, or if you would like to book a reading, you can also go out on my website and book that reading. Tomorrow, guys, remember, we're going to be doing the hot seat on here and on Instagram, where you can come on. We're actually going to pull you on screen with us, and we'll answer questions for you. Put you on the hot seat of what's going on with your life. Why, answer your questions. We're going to be answering your questions. So for those who are on here, like I said, you do need 1,000 or more in order to be pulled on. So most of you, if you guys want to follow on Instagram has no limit. Anybody can come on, and we can bring you on onto the hot seat. And then on Friday, we're going to have a webinar about self-sabotage, things that we do to self-sabotage, to sabotage ourselves from moving forward spiritually, the methods that we use, the reasons why we do. And we might even do a pick-a-card reading about what you do personally to self-sabotage, so to help you to identify what you do personally. So, I'll couple that with our webinar. So be sure that you are following along so that when we drop that information, you know exactly where to go. All right, guys, make good choices. If you need to book anything, like I said, book full readings. You can do that on my website. The link is in my bio. We have one more ritual for the month, which is the boosted road opener. So if you have a manifestation that you're trying to bring to birth, You're trying to buy a house, get a car, get a job, get a promotion, start a business, anything that you're trying to do, put that boosted road opener on it and get that done. Get that done. It's going to give you, it's like a guaranteed yes from the universe. Now, why wouldn't you want a yes for anything that you're trying to bring to birth? So if you're needing that, that is out on my website. You can definitely go ahead and book that as well. All right, guys, I'll be back later this evening. I'm going to try to get to the beach today. Yes, it's beach day. Yes, it's beach day. I'm good getting to the beach today, and I'll be back later this evening. All right, make good choices.